What's going on, everybody? Serial Entrepreneur here, and just a quick question. Are you wondering how you can start a social media marketing agency this year or in the next, few months, few days that can easily start making you about $100,000 plus per year? If so, I'm gonna go through the 6 steps that you need to take to get your agency started on the right foot. So stay tuned, here we go. We're gonna cover some really cool information. All right, what's going on, everybody? So like I said in the intro, we're gonna teach you how to start a social media marketing agency. 6 quick steps. I mean, seriously, it's super easy to start. You just need to know what you need to know to get started, right? So let's go into those 6 steps really quickly. First and foremost though, why would you wanna start a social media marketing agency? Let's get real here, because a lot of you don't even understand that you have a lot of skills that you weren't even aware you had that can make you 6 figures or more every single year working for yourself, working from home, doing things at the speed and at the pace you want to do it. It's not that complicated. You just need to know what's available to you. So the best thing you can do, number one thing you can do moving forward with technology being the way it is, with modern advancements in general being the way that they are, is social media marketing. Why? All right, let's go into it. Number one, you guys grew up in social media marketing. Like, you grew up in it. You have been on Facebook, MySpace, Tumblr, Reddit, all of this stuff, Instagram, Snapchat, all of this stuff is stuff you guys are using on a regular basis. You just need to understand how you can utilize that information to make money, right? If you already have a strength in it, if you already know what people are looking for on social media, if you feel like you're intuitive in understanding how people react to content, how people react to online advertisements, if you feel like you have an understanding of that, why not utilize that skill that you already have to start making a really good income for yourself, right? So social media marketing is really great because you can go out and you can get one client, and let's say you average $2,500 per client. $2,500. It takes roughly about $8,500 to like $8,900. It's somewhere in there to make about 6 figures in a year, right? So to do that, that means you would need roughly 3.5 clients at $2,500 a month. So times 3.5, that's going to be $7,500. Half of that is $1,250. So that's $8,750, right? Might be a little off, but if it is, it's close to $8,750, and that's about 6 figures a year. So 3.5 clients, so maybe one paying you about $1,250 per month, and then 3 paying you at $2,500 per month, and you're easily able to make that 6-figure income. Now, a lot of people say, well, Jordan, why would someone pay $2,500 a month for social media management and social media marketing? Well, because let's look at it like this. Let's say you have a real estate agent or a real estate client, right? A real estate client on average makes anywhere from $3,000 up to $30,000 on the sale of a home, or when someone buys a home, right? They make around 3% off of the listing price or off of the buying price for that home. So that means if I get them one new home, or if I get one new client for them and they're paying me $2,500 a month, they just made roughly anywhere from $500 at the very low end, upwards of tens of thousands of dollars on the high end for one client. So why would they not pay me $2,500 to do their marketing, right? It only makes sense. So now you just need to understand, okay, well, Jordan, I can do social media marketing. I got that. That's great. It's going to use some email marketing. I got to know a little bit about website development and stuff like that. So how do I actually take this plan, or how do I actually take this business model and start to make money off of it? Super simple. So we're going to talk about those steps right here. First thing you're going to want to do is get started. All right, so getting started comes down to a few things. Number one, you need to assess your knowledge on digital marketing, okay? So the first thing we're going to look at is education. What do you currently know about social media marketing? That's the first thing that you have to understand, because if not, then you're going to be working backwards, because basically you're going to go out, you're going to get a client, and then you're going to be like, shit, I need to figure out how to do all of this. So before you ever get out and get a client, you actually need to get educated first. Okay? And so once you actually get the education, once you understand what you need to know about digital marketing, what you need to know about social media marketing to be able to market for a business, then really the first step, so this is just kind of like a pre-qualifier. It's not even really the first step. It's just, if it's like saying to someone who wants to be an attorney, well, have you been to school for it? No. Well, then why are you trying to be an attorney, right? You have to understand the industry first. You have to understand how everything works first before you can start doing the other parts, right? So the first real step is creating a business plan. And a lot of people say, oh, well, I don't want to create a business plan. That'll take me, months just to do that. Cool thing is, guys, in today's day and age, you don't need the 30-page business plan anymore. You need something that's going to be able to outline all of the key parts of your business, that outlines the services, what you plan to offer, how much you plan to offer them for, your business name, your industry, all of that stuff. So again, creating your plan, you want to come up with a name for your company. You want to get basically get legal, so get your LLC or licensing. I don't think I spelled license right. I'm telling you, I'm a terrible speller. License, so you get your license done, you get your LLC, you get your name for your company, you determine what industry or your niche. And these are the types of customers that you want to go after, right? After you know what industry and what niche you want to do, the next thing you need to do is pick out your service offering. And let me get real specific here about this, because service offering, you don't have to do everything in digital marketing. Though I recommend it, I strongly recommend that you do web development, you do email marketing, search engine optimization, pay-per-click, social media marketing, content marketing, text message marketing, all of that stuff. Although I recommend you do all that, you don't have to start doing all that at first. If you want to focus on social media and you want to master social media first, that's fine. You can do that. Just know that to grow in the industry, to become a bigger agency, you do have to take on all of the other services eventually, because a business is not going to want to go to different businesses to handle their internet marketing. They'd rather go to one place, right? Have it all in one spot. All right, so after you determine your service offering, this includes how much you're going to price them for. So we have your industry, we have your service offering, we have your license, the name for your company. The only other thing you're going to want to do outside of that is set up a basic website for your brand, so that way people have somewhere to go. You're going to want to start to get some testimonials of some kind. So if this means performing some free jobs at first, what I strongly recommend to people who are new to this, go on Upwork. Go on Upwork, do some jobs on Upwork, and run them through your agency and say, okay, this is the work my agency has done. We've done Facebook posting and management for this company. We got them this many more sales. That's what you guys have to understand. You don't have to actually go out and work for free. You can go on Upwork, do jobs on there for people who need marketing help, and use that as testimonial for your business, right? So that's step one. Once you actually understand, okay, now I know what I'm going to do. I know who I'm going to target. I know what I'm going to offer those people. Now we move into the next part. All right, guys, so part number 2 is just going to be to start approaching businesses. All right, so let's get this down. We've got creating the business plan. Now we're going to start approaching businesses. All right, and all this means is you're going to start to reach out to businesses in the industry or in the niche that you chose to work in. What I recommend is, if you guys haven't seen this, on my YouTube channel, there is a video for the digital marketing audit, for prospecting, for selling. There's tons of content about that stuff. So if you guys are looking for anything about selling social media marketing services or digital marketing services, finding clients, how to land the clients, how to get them to actually buy from you, we have a whole playlist on YouTube just about selling and prospecting. So make sure you check that out. But all you're going to do here, you're going to start to approach businesses. So going out to networking events, going directly to their business and taking them some type of value. The key here, what I want you to understand about approaching a business is to provide, biggest thing, provide value first. Do not go in there and try to instantly sell them. People don't want to be sold, so provide value first, meaning go create a digital marketing audit for that business and take it into them. And in that digital marketing audit, there should be solutions that they can implement themselves to start getting better results for their marketing campaign. It shouldn't be, here are the issues. They know what the issues are. They need to see what the solutions are from you. That's what's going to make you valuable to them, because you gave them information that they can use. All right, so now after we start approaching the businesses, after we start reaching out to them, we start going out and making sure that they know who we are and what we offer, and that we provide value to them, we're going to move into the next part. All right, guys, so step number 3 is pretty easy, okay? So now that we have, we've gone out and we've we've created the business plan, we've actually started reaching out to businesses, the next thing we're going to do is start setting meetings. And again, some key notes for you here are whoops, I just crossed the apostrophe. Don't sell, provide value, focus on the solution, not the product or service. All right, so don't sell, meaning don't go in there and try to sell them something. That is not the point of the first meeting. The point of the first meeting is for them to get to know who you are, and outside of that, to show them why you're valuable, and then to give them that value so that way they can try and fix it themselves. Here's what happens, guys. People get, oh, well, if I give them how to fix it, then they're not going to hire me. Bullshit. The reason why is because if you give them those fixes and you do enough of them, so say you give 10, 15 things that they can change, and you give solutions for each one of those, they're going to sit there and they're going to go, crap, I don't have time to do all 15 of these changes. No business owner does, because digital marketing is a full-time job in itself. So you don't need to sell it. You really don't need to. You need to provide value first, provide value, and then when you go in to talk with them and you actually set that meeting with them, focus on the value you're going to bring them, what solution you're going to provide. If it's getting more sales, talk about that. If it's getting more customers, talk about that. If it's rebranding their business, talk about that, because that's what they called you there for. They didn't call you there to learn how the Facebook pixel works. They called you there to understand how you're going to be able to use your marketing capabilities to get them more customers, more leads, more sales, right? So step 3, super simple, but most people get this wrong because they go in trying to sell and trying to show them why that they're going to be able to get all these results, and they go way too far in depth when all they have to do is focus on the high level stuff that they care about, which is, again, getting leads, getting sales, getting more engagement, getting more traffic, rebranding, whatever it may be. That's the goal. So focus on that when you talk to them. All right, guys, so step 4, now it's all about landing the client, right? So you've had that first meeting with them. This is where, again, you're going into pitch the digital marketing audit, not the proposal. You're going to pitch the audit to them. You're showing them why you're valuable, right? You give them that value. And then at the end of that meeting, you're going to want to say something. So I'd love to set a meeting with you and talk to you about a proposal and how I can actually get the marketing campaign running and get the results that you're looking for. If you'd like, I have available time between here on Monday and here on Thursday. Which one of those works best for you? That's how you want to close that, number 1, quick little tip. But after you get that next meeting set, all right, then we're going into talking about something even more specific, which is just landing the client. Sorry, I had to check my notes really quick. 4 is going to be landing the client. Or clients. All right? Because again, we're getting into business here. We want to get some clients in because that's how you make some money. So to land the clients, it's not that difficult. You just have to figure out, okay, what is it that the customer wants to hear? And this is where we look at 2 types of selling. There's emotional selling and then there's logic selling. All right, so 1, emotional, and then 2 is logical. And this is the part I strongly recommend you guys check out our blog article for, because we went through, I think it's 6 different types. Yeah, 6 different types of emotional selling or emotional buying, depending on which side you're looking at it from. But 6 different types of emotional selling. So things like greed, fear, altruism, envy, pride, shame, all of those are 6 different types of ways that you can use those emotions to sell a product or service and to get that person to realize, okay, I need this, or I have to have it because they're telling me it's going to make me feel this way if I don't, but I'll feel this way if I do, right? You're appealing to that emotion. And a logical sale is just focusing on it logically. You're saying, okay, look, Mr. Business Owner, we don't have to do any marketing, but if you don't, you should expect to see these results again and again, because this is what's happened in the past. So if we spend $1,000 a month or $1,500 a month and you put this much into ads, we'll be able to reach this many more people, which means we should be, since you convert at a rate of 10%, we should be able to convert at least 10% of those into new customers. So by spending, $1,500, if we get 10% of those into new customers, you're actually making about $2,500 per month off of that. So the profit there is roughly about $1,000. Does that make sense to you? And that's where you're actually going to try and logically walk them through the process. But again, it comes to knowing the person you're dealing with, and that comes from paying attention in the first meeting to understand, are they more prone to reacting via emotion, or is it the type of person where they're going to look at things more logically? They're more of a realist, so they look at things pretty cut and clear, so that way they know, okay, I don't like to deal with emotion because it doesn't make for a good decision, so I'm gonna focus on this logically. Understanding that kind of person really is what I'm trying to say, is what's gonna help you understand how to close that client. Okay, so step number 4, super important, understanding the difference between emotional selling and logical selling. So this is where you have to understand some parts of selling to be able to land clients. And a big thing I recommend, guys, is if you're not a strong salesman, if you're not a strong in front of people person, and you're not able to talk and really thoroughly explain products and services to business owners where they're going to understand it, you might want to consider hiring on someone who can do that for you, someone who's actually really good at portraying a message to an audience that might not have the most background in that industry. Does that make sense? So that's step number 4. So step number 5 is pretty simple. Now that you have a client, you've closed them down, right? You've landed them for $1,000 a month or $1,500 a month. $1,500 a month is what I recommend minimum, and the reason why is because that includes a $500 ad spend, so keep that in mind. Number 5, fifth thing you have to do is start getting results. And I get a lot of people who message me saying, I've been doing this for this client, I just haven't been able to get the results I'm looking for. Why am I not getting the results? Well, guys, that all comes back to your education. That's why the first thing I mentioned, and it's still there, is your education. It is the most important thing, because if you're not getting results, that means you don't know enough probably about that industry. You don't know enough about digital marketing to get results for that client. So getting results is all about getting them fast and making sure that you understand what the results are. A lot of people get confused and they say, okay, well, how do I get a sale for a real estate agent? You're not getting a sale for a real estate agent. You're getting leads for a real estate agent. That agent then takes those people and tries to convert them into sales. But there is a difference between a quality lead and a bad lead, right? So understanding what is necessary to get results for each industry is, number 1, different, but also number 2, super important, because if you don't understand what you're doing wrong or what you're doing right to get those results, then you really don't have a way to move forward and get better results or to improve on their marketing campaign. So education, guys, again, you'll see why we bring this up so many times, because if you're failing, you probably lack in the education arena somewhere, right? So part number 5, pretty straightforward, just get results. The 6th and final part, and this one's actually funny to me, and it's funny because it's not really a part, but it's my part. 6th and final part, get in the digital marketing school. Oh my god, I just tried to spell I hope y'all like that one. School. Okay, now that we can spell school and I don't need to go back to elementary school, you guys get what I'm saying. Get in the digital marketing school. So let's talk about this really quickly. Why is this the school you want to get into? Pretty simple. I mean, every student comes to me and says, I wish I would have taken this course before I paid for this course that was $5,000, or this course that was $1,000, or this course that was $700, or this course that was very, very broad and didn't go into any practical information or useful information that I can actually use for digital marketing, right? So understanding that you have resources available, that the Digital Marketing School is by far rated one of the best digital marketing courses out there that you can possibly take. And it's because of the fact that it's done by people who have done this before. I bring guests into my course so that way they're able to talk about their specific areas of expertise. I'm not an expert in every single specific area of digital marketing. I don't like the analytical side. I don't like pay-per-click. So I don't run those. I bring in people who are experts in those areas to take care of those tasks for my clients. That's something called outsourcing, which again, it's another thing we go over in the course in depth, so that way you know how to maximize and how to capitalize on your agency. But guys, these are the 6 steps. 6th one being a little special, but you guys get what I'm trying to say. It's all about your education. It's all about knowing the steps and knowing what's available to you. You guys can make 6 figures this year, but you need to understand that it's going to take some work. It's not just, this is not some get-rich-quick scheme, and I hate that people think it is, because it isn't. It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of dedication, and it takes a lot of, drive for you to be able to get through all of the hurdles that you're going to have to get through when it comes to starting a digital marketing agency. It is easy, but it's easy once you actually try. Most people just try to get into this and they're like, okay, well, I'll just start looking at Facebook ads and looking at Wix or Weebly and building websites. No, that is not how you get success. That is not how you build a successful agency. So go through these steps that I went through in this video. What I strongly recommend, there is a link in the description below for SerialEntrepreneur.academy. If you're considering starting a social media marketing agency, I strongly recommend you check out that link. Outside of that, make sure you head over to our YouTube channel and view all of our videos over there. We have over 130 videos just on YouTube that go into digital marketing, starting a digital marketing agency, running campaigns, getting results, things that work versus things that don't. We go over all of that in our channel. So make sure that you're subscribing, number 1, so you can get updates. That button is right over there. And then number 2, make sure that you're actually going through that video content and paying attention, taking notes, because without that, you're not going to see success. So guys, thank you all for joining me very much. I appreciate everything you've done for me. If you're a returning visitor, thank you guys so much. If you're a new visitor, again, make sure you subscribe. And one last thing, make sure you leave a like on this video so other people who are looking for this type of information have access to it. Last thing is leave a comment down below. I want to know when you started your marketing agency or when you plan to start your marketing agency in 2018. So thank you guys very much. I hope you enjoyed it all. I will talk to you on the next episode. Until then, Serial Entrepreneur out. Ready to start living the 6-figure work wherever, be your own boss lifestyle? Well, at Serial Entrepreneur Academy, we'll teach you how to use a laptop and internet to start your own social media and digital marketing agency. Get started with our free Facebook ads training. Links in the description below, guys. See you in the course. Serial Entrepreneur out.